I can finally rub my face into some Mikote buoy. Venomous Mask. By the time I'll be what? How old am I? Who gives a this guy? Yo, thank you so much, Panasonic, for sponsoring 2 videos every month for this stream. Make sure you guys check it out. Exclamation mark Sound Slayer. A lot of people actually got it. I received quite a lot of DM, a lot of people telling me how revolutionary this is for them. Even dude, I trust me, this is not a paid comment. This is not my alt account. Look at this first comment. I got the next speaker last day. It's actually life-changing. You almost forgot it's there. Truly a quality product, and I couldn't be more glad I came it through you. Don't people hear your game sound when you're talking to the mic? Supposedly not. That was a major concern I had at first too. But even with it at max volume, I'm not at 1% talk being able to hear it. Yes. When I took this sponsor, my first concern that I raised to Panasonic was, what if people can hear the audio? Turns out that no, right? Like now, like when I play Final Fantasy, you guys don't hear double music, right? Now, of course, if I play a video, you guys will. Know what's flexible? You know why? It's not because of Sound Slayer, it's because of my mic. My streamer mic pick out human voices more. That's why when I watch a video with people talking, or even when I go to Discord through this, you guys hear echo. When I go to Discord, I use this mic and people cannot hear the gameplay, even though the mic is right beside here. I full blast this and the mic is here, people don't hear it. That's why that was my first concern. And that guy, I swear that is not me. Whatever the guy said was what I thought. I'm happy that he was happy. I'm happy that the guy was happy that he got it. Yo, Venomous Mask, thanks so much for the $1. I will play Ashes of Creation, 100%. Even the New World reboot, I might play it. Yeah. New MMO on launch is the first 2 weeks or even the first 1 month of an MMO launch is always fun. Even if you spend, for example, $30 to play New World for 1 month for that new MMO experience, it's worth. It's a brand new adventure, the new discovery. Also means discovering, obviously, like you discover how bad the game is. That is also discovery. It's still exciting, right? Run around, beat some, do some new stuff, maybe boring stuff, but it's still an experience, right? You know what I mean? I think New World is worth the $40. I think the memes, and I think the agony, I think the suffering, and then maybe a little bit of fun combined. I thought it was worth $40. I mean, I didn't buy it, but you know, look at all the videos, just look at all the streams. I do feel like, you know, if you spend $30, $40 for the amount of fun, I think it's fine. It's really the brand new smell, man. Yeah, it's the brand new smell. That's what makes MMO launch always successful. It doesn't matter what game it is. It doesn't matter how bad the game can be. MMORPG launch is always successful. Yeah, this forever release one. Yeah, I can't wait for Ashes of Creation. Say for Ion Classic, I'll play it again and I will enjoy it again. I'm 100% sure. At least that one is proven will be enjoyable. Ashes of Creation, I don't know, man. Now, obviously, the big one, the biggest elephant in the room, the Riot MMORPG. When is it gonna come out? What can we expect? That one, you know, a lot of people will play. A lot. Every MMORPG player will 100% play the game. Whether you follow League of Legends, blah blah blah, doesn't matter. You know that everyone and your mom will play the game. That one is gonna be like the No Man's Sky. Let's hope it doesn't fall. Imagine the backlash if it's a dumpster fire. It will be. It doesn't even matter how good the game is, because with great hype like that comes with way too high over expectation. There's gonna be critics about the game, and those critics are obviously, I wouldn't say justifiable, I wouldn't say accurate. Most of those critics come from idiots who play MMORPG in 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, and then they think that the game like this, the game like that, the game needs more. Dude, it's a MMORPG. You need to wait for a couple of patches. Usually, you even need to wait for 1 full cycle. You need to wait until the game is fully established. You go through a couple patch cycle. You know what they are planning. You know what is their roadmap. You know what is the development power. You know what the developer wants to do in how much time. What is the time between patches. And then between patches, is the content enough? Does the content have longevity? How long before we can expect, say, new content, brand new system, expansion? You need to go through a whole cycle. Then you can truly evaluate an MMORPG. A lot of players, because there's gonna be so many players that's gonna play the Riot MMO on day one, 90% of them, I mean, this is common for MMORPG. 80 to 90% of the players that buy the game and rush into lock it at launch, 80% of them will not play the game as much as most people will. They will either quit, or they will only play between patches for the casual content, or they will just log in 2 to 3 days a week. 80% of the players that buy it, pre-order it, get in on launch day, create character, cause the server to crash, super try hard, hardcore leveling, 80% of them will be gone. Or every single time, right? Every MMORPG, they will be gone. That's why when Lost Ark came out, despite the numbers that Lost Ark have, we already knew, I already said it already. Give it 6 months, 70% of players will be gone. Give it a year or so, maybe half a year or so or more. When finally you people start seeing the patch cycle, you can expect 10-15% of the people that will stay. Oh no, Arthars, no, you are wrong. Oh, this is the best MMORPG that they released. This game is gonna kill WoW and kill 14. This game got so many players, I will play it 24 hours a day. Good for you. You are that 1% in the 10% that I'm talking about. Let's look at Steam chart. When Lost Ark came out, how many people do they have? Like 1.5 million? Okay, let's give them 2 million. Average 30 days. 10 to 15%. Don't you hate it when my boomer MMORPG statistics is correct? Don't you guys hate it when these guys say things that is correct? Don't you hate it? Oh, this guy. Why is this guy correct again? I told you already. Launch 3 months later, 500k. Eventually, when everything is figured out, all the patches are down. Everybody knows how they're gonna keep this game running. 10 to 15%. Oh, 10 to 15% is so little. You think only 150k people will play the game? 8 months later, 6 months later. Yes, MMORPG numbers are like that. MMORPG numbers doesn't lie. When Yoshi P say there is up to 27 million adventurer, how many actual players are there in this game? 3 million max. I think Final Fantasy XIV is about 2 million active characters right now. Active players right now. 1 million, maybe 1.2, 1.3 million max. The numbers don't lie. It's standard. It's pretty standard. World of Warcraft, if they say they got 50 million subscribers, you can expect their average player is 5-6 million. Even when Shadowland was complete dumpster fire and a lot of people quit World of Warcraft, comes to Final Fantasy XIV, they still have 3 to 4 million players. Even on WoW's worst day, it is still better than Final Fantasy XIV's best day because the sheer amount of people, how many active players there were over the past 15 years. That's how it is. Now, for Lost Ark players, 150k is pretty good. Some of you guys in chat are making fun about Lost Ark like, hey, half of them are bots. Hey, even if half of them are bots, even if Lost Ark only got 80k players, it's still pretty good. Any MMORPG games pass your first, second, third major patches, and once the player base understand how you put out content, the intervals, the quality, if you can retain 30 to 50k players, your game is considered successful already. Well, to be honest, you're comparing free-to-play game to WoW and 14 with $50 a month. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm talking about MMORPG in general. It's always like that. The number doesn't lie. 10 to 15% retention. The number doesn't lie. It's always like that. That's why every MMORPG launch is always the most successful. And then only 10 to 15% of that number on launch will be your actual player base. The moment the game launch, you can tell already. 10% of the players that bought Endwalker on day one, there was one of those 5,000 people in queue. Only 10% of those players are actually standing here, running around, raiding, paying the sub, tapping every week. Is our genre dying? MMORPG genre? It is dying, but it's dying because there's no other game company that can make a quality MMO like WoW and 14 right now. Like WoW and 14 will not die. In order for something to die, there needs to be something that kills it. Do you think WoW and 14 has got any danger of having a competitor to come out to kill off both of them? Now, we keep talking about it. The Riot MMO. I want to see it happen. I say this a lot of time. I do not want 10 years later, let's just say my kid become 20 years old. Daddy, you are an MMORPG player? Yeah. Daddy, I also want to play MMORPG. Okay, sure. What MMORPG do you want to play? Wow. I want to play World of Warcraft. The new expansion is out. I want to play Final Fantasy XIV. The new expansion is out. People still play WoW and 14? You are telling me there is no one making a new MMORPG? You are telling me 10 years, a decade later, people still play 14 and WoW? That would be really sad. I want 10 years later, people look at me and like, wait, you used to play 14? How was that game? How was that game compared to this game that we are all playing now? Wow, you know, I look at this new game and you know, I'm 50 years old now that I'm playing this game. Man, Final Fantasy XI is still better. Man, Final Fantasy 14 is still better. Oh, what a boomer. Like, I want that. I don't want 10 years later, 14 is still the thing. I don't want Yoshi P come out of the Las Vegas Convention Center wearing his new cosplay of the 36 job in Final Fantasy 14 and then like my kid is in the crowd. Yoshi P! I'll be like, you're telling me this game is still the best? That's sad. That is sad. I do not want 14 and WoW to get away with their B-, B+ quality. I want a game that is like blow everybody's mind out. A A+ game made by whoever. Dude, there are some Nigerian princes out there that they are really rich. There are some Middle East oilers that they are rich. Surely one of them is an MMORPG enthusiast. Surely. I expect one of you, rather than say donating $10,000 to Pokimane, can you guys please fund a company, recruit the best talent, and make like a Sword Art Online full dive MMORPG so that I can finally rub my face into some Mikote booby. You know what I mean? Can you make that happen? Please. Revolutionary. I want a brand new MMORPG that's gonna blow my mind. Surely someone's got the capital, the influence, the power to make it happen. I'm waiting for that day. You know, maybe some World of Warcraft kid that they started playing World of Warcraft when they are 12. Now that they will be 28 years old, 25 years old, they are climbing. Give them another 10 years, they will be a CEO and some really influential people in this planet. And then maybe they will create WoW too. And then maybe that will be the game that will blow all of our minds away. You know, yeah, I'm betting on it. I'm betting on it. Current 14 and current WoW cannot last the next 5 years. There needs to be something better. And at the moment, the one next in line is the Riot MMO. Let's just hope the Riot MMO really live up to its expectation. I don't think it will. Basing on track record for the new MMOs that released the last 10 years, none of them really cut it. Hopefully there will be this one that is gonna come in with a bang, you know, and then make WoW and 14 think twice. We are no longer the top two. We are no longer monopolizing this. We need to do better. We need to keep up. Or maybe for Yoshi P or Final Fantasy 14 case, cut the cord just like 11. Just make it into maintenance mode, and then maybe Yoshi P can move on with his life. Then that will be the day that 14 dies. Until then, 14 and WoW will never die. Lost Ark is a solid number 3 MMO right now. Of course, if you actually compare the numbers, this is where the problems comes in. This is World of Warcraft. This is Final Fantasy 14, FF14. So let's just say this is 5 million concurrent players, CCP. And then let's just say this is 3 million CCP. This is your top 2 MMORPG right now. Lost Ark is here, and they are number 3. Lost Ark. Let's be generous. 300k. This is your top 3 MMO. Let's be super generous. Let's give Lost Ark the best case scenario of where it stands in the MMORPG genre. Okay, your number 1 and your number 2 MMORPG are running away with the numbers. These games, for me, World of Warcraft is the B- MMO. Final Fantasy 14 is a... I mean, I'm biased. I'm a Final Fantasy 14 player. A B. Okay, I think Lost Ark, for me, I think Lost Ark is a solid C+ MMO. This is our current MMORPG situation right now. And then obviously you got New World here. 30k is not bad. New World, 30k, D-. This is our current MMORPG situation. Ion, okay. Ion is a thing in the past. Ion is in another realm. Ion is in our boomer realm. This is the boomer realm. This is the sad reality of MMORPG, okay? Vanilla WoW. Now, I'm not talking about classic WoW. I'm talking about vanilla WoW. What was the concurrent player back then in vanilla WoW? 8 million? Okay, let's just give it 8 million. Now, vanilla WoW, whether you guys like it or not, is an A+ MMORPG. Whether you are a WoW ND, a Final Fantasy 14 ND, vanilla WoW was pretty good. I'm not talking about gameplay. I'm not talking about the quality. I'm talking about the experience. How a real MMORPG feels like. How the social aspect works. How everything involves interconnecting with the community. How when you play an MMORPG, you get the most raw, the most abstract, real MMORPG experience. I haven't get to FF11 yet. Calm your tits. I haven't get into that yet. Relax. I am a Final Fantasy 11 player. Final Fantasy 11 during that time wasn't that popular. I would say Final Fantasy 11 during that time have like, I don't know, 800k to 1 million. FF11, for me, is an S+ MMORPG. Problem? You have any problem? FF11 was so boring. You need to understand, when I give this rating, it's not just the gameplay compared to today. Dude, listen. If I compare FF11 to Final Fantasy 14 right now, Final Fantasy 14 got a way better gameplay, 100%. But do you think the gameplay is enough to make me think that 14 is a better MMO? It's not. 14 is a better graphic, 14 has got a better engine, 14 has better raid mechanics, 14 have an actual raid, 14 fights are amazing. But do you think this gameplay is gonna make me value 14 in terms of ranking higher than 11? You don't understand. Vanilla WoW and Final Fantasy 11 back then values your time. The value is not the same as, wow, if I only play 3 hours and I can get everything done in Final Fantasy 14, that's value. You are talking about value. I am talking about real value. I'm talking about when I spend $12.99 a month. I'm talking about every content, every sweat, every effort I put into a content, even the leveling, it feels fulfilling. Everything I done in those games, in Vanilla WoW and in FF11, everything like that felt like an accomplishment. When I get it done, when I get the item, when I get a set, when I beat a boss, I'm like, and then when the drop, and then when I roll win and win the item, it's like, when I go into the temple and I farm Thief's Knife, I farm for 1 whole month. I pulled it 100 times, and then on the 111th time, the teeth knife drop. You know what I mean? That's an S+ experience. Final Fantasy 14. Kill the boss! Kill the boss! Yes! 1 week later. You want to do reclear? Yeah, sure. Let's do some reclear. I hate reclears. Holy I hate doing split. Guys, can we just play safe? Nobody cares about your logs. Nobody cares about how good you play. Can we just get the weeklies done so that we can move on with our lives? Can we please do that? That's within 1 week. That is not good enough experience for me. An MMORPG value the experience. Vanilla WoW and Final Fantasy XI has way more value. It feels truly... Oh, I haven't even talked about the social aspect. Yo, can you please do this with me? Can you please help me that? Can you please help me get this sub-job item? You want to help me clear this BCNM? Can you help me with this Chains of Promatia? I cannot, guys. We need to get parts. We need to get parts. We finally get parts. Let's do the Chains of Promatia mission. You spend 5 hours. Everybody is busting their balls, but they know they can't leave because this mission is difficult. They grind, they beat it. Yes! Final Fantasy 14. Yo, you want to help me with MSQ? Help what MSQ? Bro, just go queue out a duty roulette, man. Wait, but you want me to play Final Fantasy 14 with me? I'm in your FC. Don't you want to help me? Bro, you don't need my help? I'm not going to waste my time. What, Cape Westwind? Just queue it yourself. Who gives a... Yo, you want to help me clear Titan Hunt mode? Just queue it, bro. I don't have time for this man. You know what I mean? How is World of Warcraft today? Yo, you want to help me do some Warcraft? Shut the f up. How can you compare the experience compared to back then? Now, this is where Ion comes in. Obviously, Ion, sadly, in the West, didn't get a lot of attention even back then. But even back then, I think there is at least 500,000. And let me tell you, Ion easily an MMORPG. Even today, if I would... Now, this is where the projection gets really sad. Because this is before. This is in year 2000. This is in year 2020 onwards. This Ion, now that it goes into Classic, it comes into this timeline. Ion is maybe only here. Maybe 20k. But it is still an MMO. But sadly, in this genre, in this age, this type of game simply doesn't work anymore. It's the same for Vanilla WoW. If you put Vanilla WoW over here, we repackage it as WoW Classic. Let's just say you be generous. 2.8 million concurrent players. It doesn't matter how it was back then. Today, sadly, this is the quality that our best games are. And our all-time best games fall so far behind now. That is the sad reality at the moment. So we go back to our very original topic. What type of game is gonna kill current WoW in 14? Where does Riot MMO falls into? At the moment, projecting this is the Riot MMO, right? Everybody thinks this is the Riot MMO. What is it gonna become? What do you expect? More than 5 million concurrent players? Ask yourself, do you think this is possible? And if this is possible, what type of game do you think this is? Do you think this will be a better than A game? That's why. So will 14 and WoW ever dies? Now that I draw it out visually like that, that's really sad. This is our genre. This was our genre before, and this is our genre now. It's really sad. I am only listing the top 3 that I played. There's a lot more here. You have EverQuest, you have Dark Age of Camelot, you got old school RuneScape. Bro, there's a lot of quality games back here. Back then, we will be talking about top 1. We'll be talking about top 2. And then we have like multiple third, a solid 4. You want to throw Guild War in here? Sure. You want to throw Lineage here? You want to throw EverQuest in here? Sure. You want to throw Dark Age of Camelot in here? Sure. You know what I mean? Terra. Okay, why not? There's so many games back then that I can recommend you. Hey, Arthars, I don't like to play Vanilla WoW because it's fugly. And Arthars, I don't want to play Final Fantasy XI because it's too grindy and too slow. I don't want to play Ion because I don't like Korean MMO. Any other suggestion? Yeah. You can try Guild War. You can try Dark Age of Camelot. You can try Star Wars The Old Republic. You can try a lot of other games. Go for it. Today, hey Arthars, I want to play an MMORPG, but I hate WoW and I hate 14. What can I play? I'm out of options here. This is the sad thing about our genre right now. We had so many quality, but this quality, I'm talking about great quality in the year 2000. These games don't work today. Final Fantasy XI, I would rather promote Lost Ark as the solid third MMO that you should play than FF11. Because FF11 is the end already. There's no more freshness already. There's not even more real expansions that's gonna play. It's literally maintenance mode already. I don't consider maintenance mode game as like a brand new restaurant that opened, right? No, right? I cannot recommend FF11. As much as I'm a FF11 sim, I would say Lost Ark is a solid third. But then, this is what solid third looks like. Ask yourself, if I don't want to recommend you Lost Ark and 14 and WoW, what the f are you supposed to play? Newer. Yeah, Guild Wars 2 just have their new expansion, right? I lived through these years, right? I started playing MMORPG in 1999, Assurance Corps. I've been playing MMORPG for 23 years already. It's sad that we went from that to this. There is so many things I can add in here. Ragnarok Online. I can add in Reef as here. You see what I mean? There's so much options back then. Today, let's go back to reality. Guys, let's go back to reality. Enough of hypothetical talks. Ready? Ready? You guys ready to go back to reality? Erase Lost Ark. This is our reality right now. Hey Arthars, what MMO should I play? You should play WoW. I hate WoW. Play Final Fantasy 40. Final Fantasy boring. 40 is boring. Whoa, Warcraft Classic. Wait, isn't that the same? No, it's not. It's not. WoW Classic is better than WoW Retail. Enough talks of the past. Let's move to the future. Let's go to year 2035. You guys want to see what the future looks like? This is what the future looks like. We will be playing the same Riot MMO. Okay, Riot MMO. Will it even be out in 2035? I mean, I wouldn't mind, right? I really don't mind 14 will last another 10 years. I really don't mind. That is fine. I don't mind. I don't mind. By the time I'll be what? How old am I? Holy I'll be 55 years old. I think it's a good retirement game. I'll be the granddaddy of life. You think Xeno's beard will become white?